Hello everybody, James here again for another One Page Rules video and review and thoughts on the latest happenings. So since my last video, the Army Forge beta came out and it's been getting some steady improvements over the last couple of days, and I wanted to show that off and talk about something else that happened in Discord, which I think is really, really cool. So, Army Forge Beta. So basically, this is here to replace Battle Scribe for One Page Rules. The Battle Scribe army lists were really out of date for a lot of stuff, wasn't getting pretty much any recent attention. And so, people were constantly asking about an army list creator, and the Army Forge is their solution to that. It's so far pretty basic, and it has a lot of bugs still, but they are getting sorted very swiftly. Typically, if you report a new bug, depending on its severity and how complicated it is, you could be waiting 10 minutes or you could be waiting a couple of days. And that includes features that needed to be in there from the get-go, but wasn't there on day one. So before we look at it, I will say that it is really, really good, and there is much promise in it. In a couple of weeks, it will probably look a bit different, and it will be hopefully a lot more user friendly, and the formatting for when you go to print stuff will also be a lot better. So let's go to the next tab. This is Army Forge, the main page. I will put a link in the description for it, as well as the link to this page that talks about it. On this page, you've got two options. You can create a new list, and eventually it'll get Firefight, Age of Fantasy, and Skirmish as well. But for the moment, only Grimdark Future is here. And my guess is that it's the most common. So just click it. Then you get the option to select all of your armies. Now, just to give you an idea on speed and scope, when this came out day one, I believe there was only 3 or 4 army lists. It's now day 3, and I've got all of the main army lists here. And as you can see, coming soon will be their Battle Brother detachments. Shortly after that, I would imagine the Havoc Brothers would get theirs. And that will give you access to all of the specific chapter stuff. But let's just take Prime Brothers. Where are they? Down here. We can give our list a name. We can give it a points total. In this, I'm going to put 3,000. If we click Auto Save List, that is where we can just come back to it. I would imagine this is saved in your cookies section. So if you, I haven't tested it yet, mainly because I've got a load of lists. But if you were to clear your history, it would probably delete. I don't see why it would stay. There's no possible way that you would see or other people would see your army lists. Like, it's not, they're not stored in another location, so they have to be on your machine. And just to, we are going to make a list from scratch, but just to give you an idea of what that page looks like, open a list. There we go. This is literally every single list I made. They're not all proper lists or anything. It's mainly just about what did they each look like. I wanted to see the units available. And honestly, in the first day, I didn't even know that that was even working. I didn't click on the link. So let's go ahead and create an army. I'll have a rough idea of what I want because the last 3000.1 is what I'm going for, with some changes to it. So I had 2 Prime Masters. I had an Assault Squad, 2 Prime Brothers, a Blaster, a Guard. I'm trying to think, did I have Eradication? I don't think I did. But I did have a heavy anti-grav destroyer tank and an attack walker. And after upgrades, I think I was then going to wonder what to spend it on. Initially, it was going to be a support turret, but that's no longer the case. So, going back to what I said about a cool Discord thing that happened, I noticed that assault squads only had a very bare unit upgrade selection. So based on the current non-beta lists and the beta lists, it only essentially gave you access to a plasma pistol, the veteran infantry upgrade, and the medic, and that was it. It was very bare bones. And so I went in Discord and said, look, these guys probably need the column A section, like everybody else, really. There's not really much reason to not have it. I'm paraphrasing, of course. But yeah, they're just super bare bones. You know, my little sergeant model that I have already built, he's really, really sad. He can't use his energy fist. So, thoughts? Can you change this? Or is it like a bug or whatever? Well, it wasn't a bug. It just wasn't in the army list. However, as the creator of One Page Rules said, even the beta rules are now out of date, and they are absolutely willing to make changes if it makes sense. So I was very surprised, like 10, no more than 15 minutes later, he came back and just typed fixed. And then I reloaded the page and noticed that all of the options from column A got implemented, just like that. This is an official army list. You know, all within the official rules by the creator. Just changed like that because it made sense. And that sort of community feedback and engagement with the community is just excellent. I don't think there's a single game system or company that has done that in recent memory. Maybe I'm overblowing it a bit, You know, maybe it was supposed to get it, and those notes weren't passed to the creator of the Army Forge app. That's entirely possible. Maybe it just was miscommunication or bug. But you know, if you go by the last two army lists, I'm going to consider it just a full-on change. So that's really cool. You know, that means that any new player that comes into this takes a look at everything and says, you know what, this doesn't make sense for this reason. You put it in Discord so we can see it. If you make a good point and you can convince him, it's a very fast change. Obviously, bigger issues will take longer to talk about, to see what the community thinks. But if it's like in this instance, a column of upgrades that do make sense, boom, 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes later, fixed. So that was really, really cool. Now, on top of that, something that got fixed today was also the double unit size checkbox. So this is where in the rules, if you take two of the same unit that have the same unit upgrade, as in everybody that gets that upgrade is a unit upgrade, then you can combine them while you're doing your army prep, which I believe army prep is considered the army list section. So it's not done afterwards, it's done as you're making the list, is my understanding of it, which coincides with what we see here. So all it does is gives you +1 or however many options, and all of these that would be 1. It just doubles. Very simple. You can take, you know, multiple things. You know, you can take an energy fish, you can take a relic sword. So yeah, really, really good. Now there is a discussion, I believe, that is ongoing in Discord. When I say ongoing, I mean it's just like the odd comment every day. Not a conversation that has literally lasted 3 days. But basically it's about would the armies be reprinted in a one-page format? I think, from my understanding, is he was unsure. Like the format of, I don't have it now. That's really annoying. But what I showed you before, where you just had all of the army rules, you know, on a double-sided page, because the app would be able to do it better. Personally, I don't like that. I think there should be always the simplified, you can see it with your own eyes, double-sided page. I do understand why you may want to just use the app, but I don't. Right, so the reason would be, in my eyes, that you can restrict items. So you can actually go unit by unit and say exactly what you can do with them. At the moment, it's far more broad. Okay, so you know, every unit can take options from A, B, C, etc., whichever is listed, and that does cause some conflicts. So with the assault squad here, you can see that you can replace 2 heavy rifles and close combat weapons with a weapon here. This unit can't do that upgrade, and the validation does work, right? Because it is grayed out, can't do anything with it, but it is a formatting issue. It would probably be better if it was just hidden. And the same applies to things like this. So relic swords. To me, a relic sword is something that HQ hero unit would use. A regular sergeant wouldn't use it. So in the web app, you could easily hide this. Now, due to how fast the fix was implemented, I believe the back end of this is based on, I believe the term is an array, where you've got some predefined things under one banner, the same way that it's on the one-page format. Okay, so the columns of upgrades, because it seems to me that he simply checked a box and it just gave us all of these options, because I seriously doubt he was able to write all of that in 10 minutes. So no chance. So that might be the reason. That might be the reason. But going back and then just like formatting it so certain lines won't be shown, I believe that's well within a programmer's ability. So yeah, just all in all, solid system there. Let's actually get round to the list building. So what did I have? I believe I did that, and then had a relic sword and a combat shield, and then I took judge. Now, one pet peeve about this selection, I really hate that lieutenant and captain have a shooting only ability. One of them really needs to be melee. The only melee one is War Chant, which is just straight up inferior to the shooting ones. I mean, this is +1 AP for shooting, and this is +1 to hit in melee when charging, and it's the same cost. The pricing, I believe, is out for that, but the main thing is that it's for shooting for both of them, and I would like to see that, you know, be different for them. Because yeah, I mean, I'm about to have 2 judges basically, so 2 chaplain types, but one of them is a regular shield captain type dude. Right, that's him. This guy had an energy hammer with a heavy pistol. Oh, can I not select that? 1 second. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I got to do it in the right order. Energy hammer. And then war charms again. This is a double unit. I'll do upgrades later. I kept the Prime Brothers as basic blasters. They went to heavy plasma because that's the models that I have. Guardian Squad, they don't have any options. Heavy laser cannon with a heavy machine gun, a Gatling gun there, and twin that, and that. Tech Walker has that. Then chest guns. Okay, so that's giving me 195. Let's get something interesting here. So the models that I have is simply one energy fist and plasma pistol. Somewhere, there we go. 170 points. What do we have? Probably go for a guard squat. Just a second one. Give me 35 points to spend. What can I get on my Prime Brothers? Ooh, I can get plasma rifles. I can use the regular blaster models for that. Give me 15 points. Let's get a grenade mod. Let's get that on the second one. Sorry, this sounds a bit boring at the moment, doesn't it? You're just selecting stuff. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. There we go. And let's just remove the plasma pistol here. There you go. That'll do. Boom. 3,000 points. Army. So that's what it's going to look like here. And then you've got an ability to view it. So this is so that you can print it out in a decent manner. So if we go to print here, this is what it will look like. So there's a couple of formatting issues that they need to deal with. And you can also change it to look like this. Currently though, there was a bug because it shows the base weapon still on all of these units when it shouldn't if you upgraded them. But you can also change things like full text. Really good. So, you know, once you learn the rules, you don't need to have it on every card. The ability to show the point costs, obviously, really good. And an extra section if you have a psyker. But now it looks quite a lot better. So it all fits on one page now. I have found that if you put it to 75%, you can actually use laminated cards, and they will fit inside there. Some of them are going to be easier than others. Honestly, until they fix it, you're probably going to have to do like this in parts. So like just having 3 units at a time for you to print out, as annoying as that is, but it does mean that you can actually cut the paper correctly and then laminate that so that it doesn't look wonky. But we're told that we're getting something similar to that, or like dedicated card formats. So I cannot wait. And yeah, that's it. That's Armyless creation. That's Armyforge. For something that is only 3 days old, this is really, really good. This will be the ideal way to make an army list going forward now. So there's no reason not to use it. Yeah, that's it. That's the video. Also remember to check out the forum. All links will be in all links will be in the description. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.